The Snyder Cut. Is it the DCEU's best movie yet? I think that the Snyder Cut... What is up, you guys, and welcome to this video where I'll be talking all about the Snyder Cut, my thoughts and opinions on the film. Don't worry guys, if you haven't seen Zack Snyder's Justice League, I won't be talking with spoilers so that everyone who is still on the fence about watching the Snyder Cut can watch this video as well. Okay, but before I get started, if this is the first time that you're watching one of my videos, I'm Rafa all the way from Hollywood, California, and I am a huge movie fan. So if you're a fan just like me, I invite you to subscribe to the channel so that way we can all be fans together. Okay, so let's get started. One of the first things that I noticed about the Snyder Cut is the difference a filmmaker can make. Now in this particular situation, I'm talking about what Joss Whedon, the director that took over Zack Snyder when he had to leave the project, what Joss Whedon really made of the footage that Zack Snyder filmed is really fascinating. It's incredible to watch how one filmmaker's vision can be turned into something that is not at all what the other filmmaker intended. What Joss Whedon basically did was cut out, chop, and insert crappy edits to what Zack Snyder had crafted so wonderfully. It's been confirmed that Zack Snyder has never seen the 2017 version of the movie because he doesn't want to watch how they literally butchered his vision. And that has us thinking come on, how bad can it be for Zack Snyder to watch it? But now seeing this version and comparing this to the 2017 version of the Justice League, I can now understand why Zack Snyder didn't even want to bother. This version of the Justice League is so much more spread out, it has room to breathe, and nothing feels rushed compared to the 2017 version of the Justice League. I feel like with this movie, the DCEU is able to set its tone for their DC extended universe, and this is a much more darker tone. I honestly like how it's way different than Marvel, and it's a different kind of superhero film, because honestly, who wants more of the same? Okay guys, so let's talk some characters. Steppenwolf is still the villain of the movie, but this time around he has a different look and different design, and I actually really like this new look, and I think the spikes are cool visually, and the CGI on him just looked way better than the 2017 version of the Justice League. In this version, he kind of looks like some sort of turtle being. Steppenwolf in this version seemed way more intimidating in my opinion, and I was really able to respect him as a villain and was able to take him as a real threat. In this version, he has a motivation, he has a backstory, and he has a plan, and we understand where he's coming from. In the original version, he had none of that, and he was just some crappy CGI villain that was just evil just because. I loved seeing the Justice League and this version interact as a team, and it seemed that every character had way more to bring to the table this time around, and I just loved seeing the team dynamics in this version of the movie. Let's continue talking some characters, and let's start with Wonder Woman. I was so happy to go back to the Wonder Woman that made us fall in love with her in the first place, and that is the warrior Wonder Woman. Zack Snyder truly understands this character and knows how to make her liked by so many. I think the warrior aspect of Wonder Woman versus the peaceful Wonder Woman is the way to go with this character. That even now Warner Brothers is thinking of making Zack Snyder the director of the third Wonder Woman film because Patty Jenkins really messed up Wonder Woman 1984. And I am happy to report that Wonder Woman didn't have any offensive references like in the Joss Whedon version did. And overall, I hope that this version of the character can continue on in the films because in my opinion, this version of the character works the best. Next is Cyborg. It's really interesting to see how much of Cyborg was really cut from the original movie, and seeing the extra material we got in this version is really surprising. In a way, I now understand why Zack Snyder is saying that Cyborg is really the heart of the film. He has so many new scenes that were cut from the movie, and in this version we get to see everything that was cut and we get a clear picture of who Cyborg really is. Because I gotta be honest, in the original Justice League I really didn't care for this character. None of it really made sense to me, and now I see why. We get a complete story arc for this character and his relationship with his father, his mom. We truly get to see a sense of him becoming Cyborg, and the Snyder Cut showcases his powers and him learning about his powers and makes us understand the character of Cyborg a lot more. The Flash. The Flash in this movie in a way is kind of the comedic effect, but this time around his jokes don't really feel that annoying because he's not at all 100% the comedic effect throughout the whole movie like he was in the original film. The Flash still has a lot of comedic lines, but at the same time the Snyder Cut gives him several dramatic moments which I appreciated. Now Batman. Batman, I feel like, is not really front and center in the Snyder Cut, but you know who is front and center? And that is Bruce Wayne. I feel like Bruce Wayne has been what Zack Snyder was really able to nail the most with this character, because it's really hard with the character of Batman when you have all these other super beings and superheroes next to him that, you know, there's him, Batman, that just happens to be a rich guy with lots of gadgets. Then Aquaman. I feel like Aquaman was not given a lot to do in this film, and the few action sequences that we do get from Aquaman were great, but I think that we were still so early on in the development of the character that Warner Brothers was still deciding how to approach this character and how to make him cool. And I feel like the character of Aquaman was really defined in his own movie Aquaman with how James Wan, the director, was able to interpret him. And lastly, Superman. Unfortunately, Superman is not in the movie a lot, but when he is in the film, his character does shine. I really love Henry Cavill in the role of Superman and wish I could have seen a lot more. I'm glad to say that in this movie, Superman doesn't have any weird CGI on his face like in the previous Justice League movie. He does get a black suit that is not really explained why he has this new black suit and where it comes from. So if we're not going to get an explanation for the black suit, I would honestly prefer him on his original colors. The Snyder Cut also does a lot of justice to Martha, Superman's mom, and Lois Lane, played by Amy Adams in the film, and the film also has some great cameos of characters that I cannot wait to see and if these characters are going to continue in the future. The movie overall gives us a bigger scope and feel for what Zack Snyder had envisioned for his universe that is way more interesting than what they had given us before, and I hope that Warner Brothers recapacitates and hashtag restores the Snyder Verse. I would certainly love to see this version of the world continue with these characters, but like how Diana said, with room for more. And to answer the burning question that all of you have been asking, if this is DCEU's best movie yet, I'm happy to say that in my opinion, this has been the best movie that I have personally enjoyed from the DCEU. Now, what do you guys think about the Snyder Cut? Did you guys enjoy it as much as I did? Please make sure to leave all of your thoughts and comments down below. And also guys, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Rafa Cano Official to keep this conversation going. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. So anyway guys, that is it for me. I'm Rafa, your Latin friend over here from Hollywood, California, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.